Plastic Model Builders. Hello, it's me, Ari Stone with Plastic Model Builder, and this is part 6 of the Tamiya Lockheed P-38 F/G Lightning. We're going to be showing you what we're doing, finishing the rest of this off. We're painting some wheels right here. We're going to put the landing gear on, put the gear doors on, do all the propellers with the cones. We're going to finish up the guns, put that on, weather this. We're also going to put on the canopy. So right here you see we've got 4 pieces that we're putting on for the nose cone. You got 3 pieces that go around the propellers and then one that goes on top. There is a nylon cap, I guess nylon, whatever you want to call it. It is inside of that propeller. You can see the little black thing in there. We are going to put this on there. Yes, that's a grubby fingerprint. So make sure you don't get your fingerprints on these things. I did. I left it. It's okay. I just won't turn the propeller that direction. This is the other one. You see the same way. Goes on. They fit onto the plane very easily. This is landing gear. I'm just doing a little bit of touch-up coloring right here on the cooler section of that. You got your front landing gear and your back landing gear. This is the back. Actually, I shouldn't say the back. I should say the landing gear under the wings. So you see how this goes on just like that. Remember these had decals for the struts, so they looked really shiny. You see how I get this in there. Just be very careful with them. You see each one kind of fits in its own unique little way. And then you've got your little piece right there that goes in, little piping. Don't forget that, of course. It all depends on how you want to put this stuff in. All right. Then what you have to do, glue those in. Each little door has its own little way it goes in. They can only go one way. I'm putting on the pylons right here, you see, for these. I'm going to let them dry and then we'll put those on in a little bit. First, we're going to do the gear doors. So you see it's got little slots in there. Each one is unique to the door. So really you can only fit these in one way, won't go in any way else. Make sure you have these little pieces from the actuators. Make sure they don't get stuck on anything. You see how you kind of have to just pop those out, put them in place, glue those down. Just be careful with them. Remember they're there. Don't break them. So you see this same thing fits into the slot. You press it down. Make sure you don't get anything caught. This is the front landing gear. It comes in a couple of pieces. So first, once my head gets out of the way there, you have this one piece. It's square. You got to put the landing gear through there, just like that. Press that down, then pick the other part up, put it in like that. A little hard, but not too bad. All right, so we're going to put the drop tanks on here. 2 of those, set those in place, let them dry. Same thing, you know, they can only go one way really. They're designed like that. All right, so we have the 2 drop tanks for fuel in. We've got our landing gear, which they fit perfectly. They don't wobble due to the design of this. I think they're squared pegs, and then they go around. Same with the front. I'm gonna do a little bit of painting here. We've got our pitot tube. Paint that silver, and later on we're also going to put in the landing lights and do all that stuff. But in the meantime, we're going to finish doing the gear doors right here. You see how this goes in, and you got that little piece right there, the actuator in the back. And make sure all these are glued down first. Then you get to the actuator, kind of pop it in place. It's got a little registration there, a little hole and a box and pin. You see how it fits in just like that. Pops in place, glue it down, make it look pretty. Model making madness, that's what it's all about. You see how that goes. Just don't break them off because they are kind of fragile. It's still a good kit. This right here is the ladder that goes through the entire aircraft. If you choose to do that in the down position, which I did, as you know, I like to highlight all the features of the airplanes that they give you. Maybe one day I'll get into making sure landing gear goes up instead of down, which is difficult. Most planes have them down. So here are the guns, you could say, that go into the front. This one is separate, so pay attention to that. Each unique version of this plane has different types of guns and how they go. So you see that ladder just kind of presses in there. Make sure you line up the little keyways, and there you have it. So we are going to put in the single portion of the gun right there, and then the other 4, just slide them in, lock them down, put it on just like so. Make sure you don't get your glue everywhere. And you know the way I did this, I assumed that maybe there was supposed to be like panels there, and that's how Tamiya kind of does their kits. Putting on a little bit of a silvery gunmetal-ish color on these turbos. We're going to weather those a little bit later on. I didn't weather them like I would on the one of the bigger planes like a B-17 or anything like that. You really weather those in. So you see that white there? That is because I painted this plane with those pieces on. That way I could get them painted properly, and I didn't have to mask off these turbos. That's how I did it. You can do it differently. Make sure if you don't want any glue bubbling up paint to take away the paint. I did it this way, and you can see it will bubble up a little bit as I press it in onto the side there. See that white? That's from that. So this piece right here will fit down in there. Press it in. You see how I did this? Yes, I did test all this out before I built the plane to make sure I could do it this way, so it's not like I just winged it. I practiced, glued stuff down temporarily. You see how it all goes together. Peeling away our tape. The windows turned out lovely with the Tamiya masks that they came with. Not pre-cut, you got to cut them out yourself. But as you can see, they turn out fairly well. And really, the only thing you have to cut properly is the outer edges of these things, because the top masks always overlap, so you never really have to worry about that. As long as those outer edges that meet up with the frames are good, you're good. So this right here, it's a little mirror on clear plastic. Make sure you stick it down just like that, and that's how it fits. And because you see the mirror right there, the propellers, just press them on and they spin. Not a free spin, but it's kind of hard, but you see how they do it. There's that fingerprint again. You're going to have a little bit of trouble with this. I did, so just make sure it goes in properly and it gets glued down properly. Just goes like that. Glue it down, like I said. Also make that look pretty. Here's our little guy. I painted the guy, so we'll put him in after he's painted, and then he falls out. Then I put him back in, weather him, all that good stuff. Painting his helmet's like a leathery type of color. White goggle frames, black lenses. Just go over it carefully. So you got the band right there. It's also got a black mask that goes on to him. Fairly simple. Yellow life preserver, I assume something. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it's there. So just, paint it how you want. You're not going to see all of it because his back kind of rests against the seat in there. Naturally, his boots, paint those black. One of these days I'm going to take my time and really do up a pilot nice. So this right here gets silver inside of that, and then you're going to find the clear parts. I don't show me putting them on, but you will see them in there in the next scene. And you can see them right there. You can tell because now you got the little round dots that I'm coloring on them, just going the same fuselage color as you can see. And they look like real lights, really, the way they did those. So I would think they were real, but they're not. I am painting the tips of these white. These are the wingtip landing lights. They go green and red on the respective sides. And of course, you also have them on the tail stabilizers on each side right here. So I'm doing the white first because I'm using some clear paint. So you want to make sure that it shines through. You may want to use silver. I don't know, but I used the clear. And you see how it goes on there just like that. Make sure you don't get it all over the place though. Very simple. Couple of different spots. You see right there, that's the top of the plane. The other side was the bottom. You can tell by the color of it. Making stuff look pretty. Again, the other side of the plane, that's the top. So put our little guy in there. And then we're going to put the last part of the canopy on. Just kind of fits right on top. Just like that. Don't forget to subscribe, comment, and like to my channel, of course. We'll do some light weathering here, a little bit on those tubes, do a little bit on the front of the guns. Just like so. Put some silvering also on the props. I just did mine real light. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, and like. We always do that live chat and premiere every video that comes out. And as always, until next time, see ya.